Hi, I'm Naomi.
I'm Katie.
Welcome to Latis TV Gaming News, bringing you all the game news straight from South Korea.
Korean developers NCSoft kicked off November with a media day, where they announced not just one, but 3 Blade & Soul games currently in development, including Blade & Soul 2, the official sequel to the original PC classic. Blade & Soul 2 is set to take place in the future, where the characters we know and love from the first Blade & Soul have been immortalized as legends. With new characters introduced, there will also be expanded areas and new locations. The biggest new features highlighted was the change in non-playable AI. NC stated that monsters will now be smarter and behave differently dependent on the player's actions. On top of that, NPCs would also have a much bigger role beyond just quest giving. NC also took the opportunity to announce 2 other Blade & Soul titles in the mix. Blade & Soul M, a remake of the original with enhanced graphics, and Blade & Soul S, a streamlined version with a cuter style. But don't get too excited. It was announced that all 3 games, including the direct sequel, would be mobile titles. Be sure to stay tuned and we'll keep you updated with any developments on the projects.
And NC certainly didn't stop there with the announcements, as they also showcased new trailers for Lineage 2M and Ion 2. It's no surprise that the Lineage IP is expanding given its mainstay status on the weekly Korean mobile charts. Lineage 2M is a mobile remake of the PC original Lineage 2, and is said to promise mobile's largest seamless open world, with over 100 million square meters of land to explore. And the last of NC's PC IPs to make the leap to mobile is Ion. Ion 2 will serve as a prequel, taking place a full 900 years before the original MMORPG. The biggest change is that there are no more warring factions, so players are neither shackled to choosing Ilios or Asmodeans. Again, we'll be sure to keep you updated with any developments on the plethora of things NC has allowed fans to hold them accountable for the next few years.
And in some non-NC related news, Smilegate has a reason to celebrate, as their newest release, Lost Ark, has debuted to some big numbers. Lost Ark has been highly anticipated since it was first announced back in 2014, and it finally launched on November 7th. On its first day, Smilegate reported that the number of concurrent users exceeded 250,000, and it ranked 4th place in popularity for PC banks, overtaking mainstay Overwatch. The rush to play on day 1 even caused Smilegate's gaming platform Stove to crash. Smilegate managed to get servers running smoothly again on the 8th, and stated that they have plans to add more servers to ensure a pleasant play environment.
Halloween may be over, but PUBG certainly hasn't finished delivering its novelty skins, as their latest collaboration with Suicide Squad is bringing Joker and Harley Quinn to the battleground. In what honestly seems like the never-ending list of PUBG collaborations, 2016's Suicide Squad is the latest in line. You can now wreak havoc on the barren battlegrounds with everyone's favourite dysfunctional sweethearts from Gotham City, but it doesn't come cheap. The Harley Quinn skin has been priced at $25 US and the Joker skin is $18. Considering the game itself is about $30, it's not surprising that the skin pricing has drawn a lot of criticism from fans, an unfavourable comparison to rival Fortnite's Marvel collab content being free of charge. However, the Suicide Squad update does also promise a new mode called Prison Break, so there's at least that silver lining. The skins are available to purchase until January 30th.
And if Suicide Squad isn't your style, perhaps PUBG's merchandise collaboration with Kakao Friends will be more to your taste. On the other end of the PUBG collaboration spectrum for November is the adorable merchandise line that they have released with Kakao Friends. It features Ryan the bear decked out in iconic PUBG gear and covers a huge range of products, from pencils and plushies to notebooks, t-shirts, hoodies and slides. You can check out the merchandise at official Kakao stores, both online and offline. We'll put a link in the description below.
It's with a heavy heart that I report that Contenders trials came to a close last week, with the race for the top few qualification spots coming right down to the wire. Approximately 0 time was wasted because last weekend we also had the group draw for the regular season. Heading into the final week for trials saw 4 teams in with a chance of qualifying in top 3, with Foxes desperately clinging onto the periphery of hope with an extremely outside chance of sneaking in. Stormquake secured first seed with relative ease, recovering from their slip-up versus the Foxes in week 2, and finishing their trials on 6-1. Another spot went to WGS Armament, who had the rather easy ask of defeating Wildcat to qualify. Needless to say, they did so. The fight for the last spot came down to the final map between Blossom and Go and Water S. It was incredibly close, but Blossom managed to secure the win, sliding into 2nd place with the additional victory and bumping Go and Water S to 4th, despite Go and Water S's substantially superior map differential. So with trials concluded on Friday, the regular season team sent representatives the next day to the all-important group draw. Last year's finalists were placed separately in Group A and B for first pick of their opponents. The newest kids on the block, Gen G and Eclipse's team Geekstar, were the first to be selected, with each subsequent pick choosing who will fill out their group. As always, Element Mystic was the last group to be picked, still striking fear in the hearts of regular season players despite their roster being largely new. The event wound up with Group A consisting of defending champions Runaway, Geekstar, MVP Space, WGS Armament, Blossom and O2 Ardeont. Group B became this season's obligatory group of death, with Kongdu Panthera, Gen G, GC Busan Wave, Meta Athena, Stormquake and Element Mystic. Eclipse Media has announced that their Season 3 team will be competing under the name Geekstar. Eclipse bought X6 Gaming's regular season seed when the latter disbanded, and after releasing two largely identical roster announcements at the start of the month, they subsequently revealed a new name, branding, and even idol-esque hand greeting. We'll see how they fare in Season 3. Meta Gaming has finally made their roster announcement after the state of the org has been shrouded in mystery since Meta Athena dropped out of the Open Division. As several Meta Ballon players graduated to the league, the org has dissolved their sister team system and is going forward with just Meta Athena. Modern, Enokas, Hun, Innovation, Mugonghwa, Recry, Names, and Apache will be flying the flag for Meta Gaming in Season 3. After revealing their shiny new roster at the start of the month, Kongdu has also released the first episode of their new series, Bare Your Teeth Panthera. The video introduces the new lineup with a series of short interviews. Considering this was billed as Episode 1, I'm presuming we'll be seeing more of these videos following the team throughout Season 3. We've put a link in the description below for you to check it out yourself, and don't worry, it is subbed. GC Busan Wave also took to Twitter last week to announce that they are going into Season 3 with the same lineup as Season 2. They followed up the announcement with, "You know that meme," and an inexplicable winky face, so I'm hoping it doesn't mean that they'll finish outside of the playoffs again. Jokes aside, GC Busan is certainly going to have synergy on their side compared to a lot of the new rosters, which could make all the difference. Element Mystic also revealed their new lineup last week. Their DPS line remains the same, with Sparkle and Exy both too young to be poached for the league just yet. They're joined by old teammates Alpha and Repel, as well as 4 new members, Takoyaki, Hanbin, Unique and Fixme, 3 of which were picked up from the season's Open Division. Element Mystic has always been the favourites to win, but their performance has never quite lived up to the hype. Perhaps this is the roster that allows them to finally take the title. The defending champions certainly have a whole lot of news to deal with going into Season 3. With their main roster and coach picked up by the league, they've already announced their new class lineup, and it seems they're also on the lookout for some new staff. Runaway took to Twitter to find a new manager, with hopes of eventually training the recruit up to a coaching position. And despite narrowly missing out on contenders, it's not all bleak news for Go and Water S fans. The team's GM Lime announced on Twitter that they would be releasing news regarding Go and Water S very soon. He said they are currently preparing all the things to make the team official, including a source for news and events, a Twitter, Discord, and other social media accounts. Hopefully this doesn't mean a new official logo, as I think we can all agree they already have that in the bag. Hopefully this means that we will be seeing them try to run the gauntlet again next year.
If you are down in Busan this weekend for G-Star, then why not check out the Witcher fan event held by CD Projekt Red on Saturday evening. The event promises Witcher goods and merchandise and a Geralt cosplayer, as well as dinner and drinks with the CD Projekt Red developers. The evening will be held on Saturday, November 17th on 6 p.m. at the Gorilla Brewing Company in Gwangalli.
As for us here at Latis TV, we have a review for the mobile game Phantom Gate in the works.
I'm also working on an introduction to the upcoming Season 3 of the Overwatch Contenders, so keep an eye out for that.
That's it for today. See you guys on next week. Bye bye.
Bye.